The movie opens in 1673 Mexico with an eerie lullaby playing as a young boy gives his mother a necklace with a blue pendant. When his eyes open, he finds his family gone and discovers his mother violently drowning his brother in a nearby stream. The boy runs from his mother's murderous intentions and is grabbed. Fast forward to 1973 Los Angeles, where we meet Sam and her family rushing to catch the school bus. Sam's mother, Anna, who works at the Department of Social Services, is typing a Child Protection Services document about truancy and child abuse at the hands of another mother, Patricia Alvarez. Anna learns that the case has been transferred to her colleague, Donna, but insists on taking it due to her connection to the family over the past 4 years. Anna and a police officer visit Patricia's house, where Anna tries to gain her trust to investigate the case. While inside, Anna discovers strange occurrences, including a locked door with a painted eye and Patricia crying and muttering prayers. When Anna tries to open the door, Patricia becomes defensive and orders Anna to leave the room. Upon noticing a key hanging on Patricia's necklace, Anna becomes insistent on unlocking the mysterious door. Patricia violently pushes her down and attacks her when she persists, but is eventually pulled off by a nearby officer. Despite Patricia's pleas not to open the door, Anna takes the key from her and unlocks it. Inside, she finds 2 frightened boys, Carlos and Thomas, who plead with her to leave them alone. But Anna reassures them and takes them to a child services center. There, upon noticing strange wounds and markings on Carlos's wrist, Anna asks if their mother was responsible, which Thomas denies. Despite the boys' fear and lack of trust, Anna comforts them and reminds them of their mother's love. Later, at home with her children, Anna reflects on her husband's death and grieves while holding his pendant. Meanwhile, Carlos is haunted by nightmares of danger lurking outside his door, but is relieved to find a police officer standing outside. As he hears crying, he discovers his brother sleepwalking out of the door and follows him through the dimly green-lit corridors. Thomas stands motionless in the center until he silently points to a mirror, where they see a shadowy figure. The figure, revealed to be a woman in white, appears and grabs them. Anna is awoken by a devastating call from Detective Coop, informing her that the 2 Alvarez boys were found drowned in the river. She rushes to the scene, leaving her children in the car. Upon seeing the lifeless bodies of the boys, Anna is left struggling to comprehend what could have happened. Patricia Alvarez, who is being cuffed by other police officers, blames Anna for opening the door and unleashing La Llorona, an evil spirit. Anna is shocked by these inexplicable events as Patricia is taken away. Meanwhile, Chris, in his curiosity, witnesses the crime scene when suddenly he hears a woman sobbing behind him and walks towards her. When he gets a little closer, she walks towards him, speaking Spanish, and grabs his hand, burning it as he screams and frees himself away. He rushes to the car, pounding on the window to wake Sam and get her to open the door. Once inside, he is terrified at the sight of La Llorona in the window. Sam is bewildered, asking what he sees. Chris panics, looking around, only calming down briefly before the car windows start rolling down on their own. He quickly rolls them back up, with a frightened Sam in the back seat. Anna eventually returns to the car, noticing her children's distress, but bringing them a sense of calm. Back at home, Anna checks on Chris, who insists he was just imagining things in the car. At the memorial for Carlos and Thomas, she sees a man performing a ritual and is approached by Father Perez, who calls him a curandero and explains the smudging ritual intended to remove negative energy. When Anna asks if he believes in it, Father Perez emphasizes that it matters not what he believes for what they do, referring to their faith in God. As the boys' caseworker, Anna asks Father Perez if he's familiar with La Llorona. He explains that it means the weeping woman and tells the legend of a beautiful Mexican woman who, after discovering her husband's infidelity, murdered their children and drowned herself in a river. Consumed by guilt, it is said she haunts the living, looking for other children to take. He hands her a rosary and asks her to have faith despite her reluctance to accept it. Back at the house, it's a cloudy day and Sam is playing in the front yard by herself when she hears rustling and goes towards the sound to check it out, but sees nothing. She opens her transparent umbrella and through it sees La Llorona, but when she moves it, the figure disappears. A gust of wind keeps blowing her umbrella away and into the pool. When she reaches out to get it, La Llorona grabs her hand to pull her in, but Sam screams and breaks free. Ana returns to her house and sees it's empty while calling out to Sam. When she goes upstairs, she finds Sam whimpering by herself behind the curtain and tries to comfort her by asking her to hold her doll. Sam doesn't speak and looks aloof, so Ana asks her what she's looking at. She points out of the window, but they are distracted by Chris's knock on the bedroom door, informing Ana that Coop was at the house. She asks Sam to come down, but she is still looking out the window. At the dinner table, the children are silent before asking to be relieved to watch TV. Coop and Ana share a drink and talk about how she has been coping since her husband's death. Moving on to Patricia Alvarez's case, Coop tells Ana about Patricia's solid alibi during the time of her children's death and hands her a case file in hopes of her finding something he may have missed. Ana is willing to offer assistance, but she's uncertain if Patricia would be willing to speak with her. Coop convinces Ana that since Patricia was mad at her, she would likely say something. Meanwhile, the curandero visits Patricia's home, appearing to collect evidence of possession. Ana looks through the Alvarez case file and photographs, stopping when she comes across the marks of the boy's wounds. As she does, the rocking chair begins to move ominously. Ana hears a distinct thud and goes to investigate the noise. Walking through the darkness, she looks out the door, but sees nothing. However, she hears the hinges of her husband's study creaking, so she opens the door again to find nothing. She then sees Chris fidgeting with the door, his eyes closed. As Ana checks on Chris, the door opens when his eyes open, and she quickly shuts it as the wind howls outside. However, he falls to the ground and she assumes he was sleepwalking. She takes him back to his bedroom and tucks him in before briefly checking on Sam. But as she does, the light goes out behind her, and she suspects someone is in the house. She announces that her husband is a cop as a means to scare them off, but the door to Sam's room opens wider, seemingly on its own. Ana sees La Llorona in the reflection of the mirror before it cracks and the door slams shut. Panicked, Ana screams for the kids to open the door and rushes to get a baseball bat. However, she sees La Llorona in front of her, demanding to know what the figure is doing in her house. She asks her to leave. The kids come out of their bedroom and Ana takes them to sleep in her bed while she stays up all night on guard. The following day, she goes to the police headquarters to speak with Patricia, offering her condolences, but she is bitter and blames Ana for killing her boys, telling her that La Llorona now has them. Ana notices identical burn marks on Patricia's hand, who reveals that in her hatred for Ana, she prayed to La Llorona to bring her own boys back and take Ana's children instead. Back at home, Chris looks at and then covers his scars from the burn. There is a strange vibe as he walks around and he finds the door to the attic opens and shuts it. Chris thinks he hears Sam crying, goes to her room, but finds a window open. He tries to close it, but the wind pushes him down. Chris is then chased and attacked by La Llorona's malevolent spirit, causing Sam to hear his terrifying screams. Ana arrives and rushes to his aid. While examining his badly twisted wrist, the doctor at the hospital is concerned for Chris's safety and sends child services to Ana's house for an examination. While there, Coop informs Ana that Patricia Alvarez is being released due to lack of evidence. Ana suggests that maybe she didn't commit the crime. He looks puzzled, and before leaving, asks Ana to resolve whatever was happening in her own house. Ana tries to get Chris to reveal what happened before, while Sam takes a bath. As La Llorona's creepy hands wash Sam's hair, Chris confesses to seeing the weeping woman and asking the children to be hers. Sam assumes her mother is rinsing her hair, but is petrified when she is kept underwater for too long. Ana believes Chris and knows something is wrong when she hears Sam struggle in the bathroom. Ana manages to open the locked door just in time to save Sam from La Llorona's grasp. The next day, Ana takes her children to Father Perez to seek help. He speaks of his past experience with a cursed doll, knowing someone who could help her, but the process involves the archdiocese, so instead points her to a former priest turned folk shaman, Rafael Alvera, whom Ana had seen at the Alvarez Memorial. Father Perez warns Ana that this unorthodox alternative would require his removal from the process. Upon meeting Rafael, Ana initially doubts his ability to help, but her attention is caught when he fixates on the burn marks on her hands. She questions whether he has seen them before, which he confirms, suggesting she seek help from the church. Sam implores Raphael to intervene, and he identifies the marks as the work of La Llorona, a malevolent spirit that has attached herself to the family. Raphael gathers items of protection against the spirit and performs a ritual with an egg, revealing its dark contents. Despite her initial skepticism, Anna becomes convinced of the presence of evil in her home when Chris points out the eggs moving on their own, cracking open to spray black gunk on her face. To prepare for what is to come, Raphael instructs them to hang talisman at the front door, light candles, and place herbs and a rosary with a large cross on the table. He claims the cross made from the wood of a fire tree was the only witness to La Llorona's crime and held a special power over La Llorona. They burn sage, sprinkle blessed powers on the windows, and purify the house in anticipation of the inevitable. Anna notices Raphael bottling something and learns that it contains the sanctified tears of La Llorona to be used as an antivenom. On the fateful night, Raphael cooks dinner while he and Anna have a conversation, but the lights suddenly go out. He immediately tells her to get the kids and creates a circle of protection with candles. They feel La Llorona's presence and hear her screams before the flames go out. Anna turns on a lamp, waiting fearfully for her arrival while Raphael stands guard. La Llorona attacks Anna from behind, throwing her against the wall and causing her to faint. The children hide behind the couch, asking for Raphael's help, but instead, he steps back. They crawl under a table in fear and see the lamp roll to them. La Llorona appears on the table, using the tablecloth to cloak herself, and reaches out to grab the screaming children. Anna wakes up and finds her maternal strength grabbing Chris before La Llorona can take him. Raphael throws La Llorona's tears at her, burning her face and forcing her to recoil outside the house. When she tries to get back in, something sprinkled along the doorstep acts as a barrier that she can't cross, allowing Raphael to shut the door on her. Sam laments about her missing doll, Misty, but Anna dismisses her. Anna is furious at Raphael for failing to protect her children as he promised, and Chris accuses him of using them as bait. Raphael confirms using them all as bait because the tactic worked and La Llorona was out of their house. He tells them that as long as the fire tree's seeds remain on their doorstep, La Llorona wouldn't be able to enter their home and asks them not to disturb it under any circumstances. However, La Llorona tries everything to open the doors, and Raphael and the family try desperately to keep them shut using nails and bolts. Meanwhile, Sam sees Misty outside the house and opens the door to get her doll. While still in, she reaches for it, unknowingly breaking the protective barrier. Anna fails to get Sam away from the door, who is flung across and taken to the pool by La Llorona. Anna runs and jumps in after Sam, but is pulled down by the spirit. Raphael's prayer weakens La Llorona enough to let go of Anna, who manages to save her daughter. Afterwards, Anna notices she yanked a pendant off La Llorona during the struggle. Raphael explains that he purified the pool with holy water, dispelling the evil spirit. Anna dries Sam in the house and checks on her, but she seems to be in a trance, wanting to leave. Raphael warns Anna of La Llorona's hold on Sam and advises her to lock the children in a room for safety. Assuring her children of her love, Anna praises Chris for his bravery and steps out to face La Llorona. As she waits, she hears Chris's scream and rushes out to see Patricia dragging the kids outside, pointing a gun at her. Despite Anna's attempts to reason with her, Patricia shoots at Raphael and breaks yet another protective barrier. La Llorona re-enters the house and Anna finds herself locked in a room. The kids hide in the attic, but La Llorona follows. Hearing Anna's cries, Patricia finally comes to her senses and releases Anna, allowing her to rescue her children. Chris asks Sam to get behind him and delays La Llorona by showing her the necklace that La Llorona's son had given her. This makes La Llorona briefly assume her human appearance and caress Chris, imagining him to be her real son. However, Sam accidentally unveils a mirror, and La Llorona reverts and proceeds to attack them. Raphael tries to intervene using the cross, but is flung aside by the spirit. The children hide behind their mother, anticipating an attack, but Raphael pushes the cross over to Anna, who stabs her in the chest with it, destroying the evil spirit. The ordeal is finally over, and Anna holds on to her kids dearly. The family shows their gratitude to Raphael before going back to their house with Anna looking back to see her own reflection in a puddle on the curb. What did you think of the video? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more.